Okay, so today's review is going to be on something a little bit different. It's not a big movie that came out. This is going to be my first review of a direct-to-DVD movie. So I'm going to show you what we're looking at today. What we have here is a hidden little gem I found in the Walmart DVD rack one day, called Daphne and Velma. It's supposed to be like a little spinoff or something where Daphne and Velma meet for the first time. And as you can see by the cover, we're in for a treat. We got what appears to be a man in drag. Oh no, that's Velma, I'm sorry. And then we got Daphne up here, who looks like she just injected like 20 gallons of Botox into her face, and is obviously very confused on what is going on over here with the fog machine coming out of this locker. Oh, by the way, the phones, that's not just to show we're in modern day, that's apparently important to the plot. Not really, it's the most annoying thing ever. Let's get into the review. Okay, so the movie starts off with like this little viral advertisement of the high school that's going to be happening in this film. Something called Ridgemont Valley High School. And it was invested by some guy named Tobias Bloom, who uses cutting edge technology. There's robots. There's robots as trash cans. There's robots being teachers. There's screens. There's like little hologram looking screens all over the school. And in this school, there's like a ranking system. But it's like you're ranked by your class performance and like how many followers or how often you go on Instagram, except it's not called Instagram. I forget what it's called. It's some made up social media website that they usually do for these sort of things. It starts off with the movie kicks off with that, and then transitions into Stranger Things somehow with the camera spinning around. All Stranger Things looks like going into the upside down or something. And then we got this girl in a blue dress who gets hypnotized by music or her phone or whatever, and then she goes into a locker filled with smoke. Probably the locker on the cover of the DVD. Then what happens? Then it transitions to Daphne and Velma chatting online. In this world, Daphne's like, no, she's rich in every. Is she rich in every incarnation? Is she like the rich girl in every Scooby-Doo thing? I forget. Okay, before I do anything else in this review, I just want to clarify. I do enjoy Scooby-Doo. I've loved it since I was a kid. I've loved the whole franchise. I've seen the live-action movies. I saw the original cartoon. I saw a lot of the older cartoons. I saw the direct-to-DVD animated films they've done. So yeah, I like Scooby-Doo. It's just something, I just don't particularly like. It just doesn't feel like it's in line with the Scooby-Doo universe. But then again, what is? Because what has Scooby-Doo done? He's met with Batman. He's met with WrestleMania recently. Other random Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters and whatnot. Right, I was getting off track. So the ranking in the school matters because if you're the top, if you're number one, you get to intern with this Tobias Bloom guy at his tech company or whatever. So everybody is vying for the top. Right, okay. Now we can get on with it. So Daphne and Velma are chatting online, and they're friends online. They call each other BFFs online because Daphne travels all over the place. I'm not sure quite how they connected online. It has something to do with them both being. It has something to do with Daphne believing in conspiracy theories and aliens, and then and then Velma just comes in and debunks them. Velma comes in and just debunks her theories and whatnot on aliens and ghosts. Okay, so, right. Velma, I got it mixed up again. Okay, Daphne tells Velma that she's moved to Ridgemont Valley and that she's going to be living there now because her mom relocated with her job and stuff. She's working for Bloom's company, and she's going to be going to the high school that Velma goes to. I swear I'm going to edit in bloopers at the end of this review. I need to do that. Okay. All right. So then all of a sudden Velma gets all freaked out for whatever reason that Daphne's there now. And Velma just sort of cuts herself off from Daphne and ignores her. And a thing to note is that Daphne, for whatever reason, she thinks she's like the luckiest girl in the world because a lot of things go right for her. And then it's revealed later in the film, I say later, it's like 15 minutes into the film. This is an hour and 15-minute long film. 15 minutes in is revealed that her dad felt guilty that they always had to move around the place. So he made everything go right for her. He made everything good for her. He cooked her the right breakfast. She thought she had like an automatic closet to pick out her outfits for her when it was actually just her dad. Her dad prevents her from getting hit in the face. He helps her out with like the first test somehow. I don't know how he pulls that off. So blah, blah, blah. That happens. And then Daphne's like, oh, Velma, why do you cut yourself off from me? Why? I thought we were friends. And then Velma's just like, oh, no, stay away. It's for your own good. And then they meet each other the next day after... No, wait. They bumped into each other in the school hallway, and they saw this kid get... They see this kid who was the... No, wait. I forgot something. I need to get a script. Okay. So, thank goodness. Okay, so when Daphne shows up to school for the first time, she meets the senior advisor of the school. And when I first watched the movie, the only context I had was that I read the plot on the back of the box. This was the only context I had as to what was going to happen in the film. And the second I saw the senior advisor greet Daphne, I instantly knew she was the villain. She was the villain behind the whole mystery. And I'm going to spoil it for you. I was correct. It was the senior advisor who did the whole mystery. The mystery is that these kids, these are the top-ranking students, they're going missing. Well, they're not really going missing. They just sort of head into a locker filled with smoke. They come out and they just walk around like they're stoned. That's basically the gist of it. They just walk around and... I'm good. That's all they do, and then no one thinks it's really that suspicious because they seem normal on their Facebook postings or whatever it is you call it. So that's the mystery that Daphne and Velma have to figure out. So, and then from then on, Velma still sort of ignores Daphne even after seeing a student just go into the locker, and then she sabotages their chemistry project. Which would just be... So then they go to counseling or whatever, the counselor, school counselor, which is the principal. They go to the principal, who they reveal for like some random reason is Velma's aunt. There's no rhyme or reason as to why she is that. why she's related. It's just a fact in the movie. So Velma reveals to Daphne that, oh, I'm pushing you away because I'm protecting you, because all the top-ranking students are disappearing and stuff. Daphne isn't the top-ranking student. She just arrived. Why would you need to protect her? So then Daphne and Velma, they make up, and they're friends now. So now they decide they're going to go off and solve the mystery of what's happening to the kids and whatnot. So then at the school, for some reason, Tobias Bloom shows up. And he's not Tobias Bloom, actually. I say this because it's important to the mystery of the film. He shows up in person, but he's not a person. He's just a hologram, actually. I'm just telling you this because, okay, they don't know this when he's up there on stage at the high school and he's presenting and talking and stuff. I'm just telling you this because it's part of the big reveal at the end of the movie. So Tobias Bloom is upstage and he's talking, and for some reason, when he's up there talking, it is not filmed like a movie. When it goes back to the crowd at Daphne and Velma, it's filmed like a movie. But for some reason, when he's up there talking, it's filmed like it's from a live stream of a TED Talk. You know what those are, right? Or like a live stream of anybody that's just up on stage, like a comedian Netflix special. You know what I'm saying? Right, so Tobias Bloom hologram goes up there and he presents Bloom Tech's newest technology, a 3D printer that prints food. And this would be amazing. This would sound amazing, but it exists. It already exists in real life. There's a 3D printer out there that can print edible food. There's even like a really exclusive restaurant that does it now. And this movie is not old. It just came out summer this year. And there are articles of these 3D printers dating back to 2014. So either the production was really late or this movie is stupid. I'm willing to bet it's the latter. So they go up there to talk, and then Daphne and Velma sneak out in the hallway to try to check in on the locker, see what's in there, because they saw a student go in and then come out, and he's all like, "I'm good," right? Just like the students are supposed to do. So they do that. They get. Okay, this is actually like, I would say it's the funniest part of the film. That Velma made this little like AI robot friend. And she's like, I'm sorry, but I gotta do this to you. She's holding up a hammer. She's gonna take the hammer and she smashes the thing in the face because she's got to get its robot parts to make a device to melt through the locker. Which I think is hilarious because the thing's just like, no, don't do it. I think it's funny. Maybe I'm a dark person. I don't know. So the principal catches them. Daphne and Velma they're now doing lunch duties or whatever to make up for burning through a locker. And while they're there, some guy that went to the top now is some guy named Griffin Griffiths. His family is apparently famous for winning the #1 spot like 3 years in a row at the high school. So I was like, oh, well, the top ranked student's been knocked out. Looks like I get everything I wanted. You know, the movie's trying to do those fake outs. One of those mystery fake outs where it's like, oh, you thought this was the bad guy, but this is the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So Velma has an epiphany. She's like, oh, it must be Griffin. So let's go check on him. So Daphne and Velma, they check out the Griffin guy. Turns out he's not the one behind the top students disappearing, because he shortly gets zombified later. So then they come up with a plan that Velma has to work her way to the top because whoever the top students are obviously in danger of getting zombified. So they reach their way to the top. Well, they reach their way to second place, and then another top student girl gets taken. So they go and they somehow figure out where the secret passage is by mistake. They go in, they see all these computers and this elevator, the secret elevator and whatnot that sucks in the students, zombifies them, sucks right back up like a Wonkavator. You know what I'm saying? So they do that, then they come up with a plan. They're like, oh, it must be Bloom. Bloom must be behind it. So they have to get into the Bloom Tech Tower, I guess is what it's called, because Daphne's mom is working there, so they think that she may be in danger. Velma and Daphne, they break into the Bloom Tower, and it's in here that they find out Tobias Bloom is a hologram. He's just a hologram of an obscure male model from Japan. That's all he is. And it's here that it's revealed that Carol, the senior advisor from the beginning, is the villain. Ooh, I never could have guessed, could I? I never could have guessed. I was utterly shocked when I heard the news. So Carol, she did it because the first phone that was the idea of Bloom Tech, it was her idea, but she was young when she did it. So she said, oh, I knew no one would take me seriously. Which is absolutely not true. If you have innovative technology that people believe can make money, it does not matter what your age is. But anyway, moving on, she said, oh, I could never have run $1 billion company, so I made up Tobias Bloom and made up Bloom Innovative as a cover-up so I could stay in school and meet the young new people and have innovative ideas. I would then zombify them with frequencies from their phone that only teenagers could hear. And then I would lure them into the Wonkavator over here and suck out all their innovative ideas, because I don't have any innovative ideas of my own other than that one phone thing. And now I'm a billionaire. Hooray. Okay, so the plan is revealed, and then old Carol says, oh, I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you two meddling kids. And then the movie ends with everybody being happy, but then Velma and Daphne get this email of this guy saying, stay away or else. Probably setting up a sequel or something. I would have preferred if it ended like they met Scooby-Doo and Fred and Shaggy or something. But what do I know? I'm just a longtime Scooby-Doo fan. It's not a hard movie to get through, honestly. I make fun of it, but you know, it's just my least favorite of the Scooby-Doo franchise. I would say you can go ahead and check it out. I honestly thought some of the things were actually pretty funny in it, just because of how ridiculous some of it is and how over the top some of it can be. Some of the jokes were good. I don't know how I would rank this, honestly. My ranking goes like this. My ranking is like Godfather references, because I like Godfather. So if I think a movie's like in the middle, I'll give it a rating of olive oil. If I say it's good, I'm going to give it a cannoli. If I say it's bad, I'm going to give it a fish. If you get those references from Godfather, you're my best friend. But I would say I'll give this movie an olive oil, just because it's not hard to get through. I think some of the jokes were funny, and I think anyone who's been a Scooby-Doo fan and also likes to riff on bad movies, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll have a good time. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you subscribe, be sure to tap the bell so you get notifications on my new videos. Thank you all so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and live long and prosper. Good night. And then Velma's like, he got everything he wanted. He's a villain. Let's check in on him. Am I going to use that part, or am I going to cut that out? I might cut that out. I think I'm going to cut that out. Why do I still have this camera on when I'm blanking out? I'm blanking out so much in this review. What am I doing? Why is the camera blurry? There you go. Okay. I'm here. I'm here. Camera? Camera, I'm here. No. No. Stay. Are we good? Okay. Hold on. I'm blanking out a lot in this review. I don't know why. This review is just going to be bloopers. I swear that's what it is.